Hey, today Palworld just received a new update, and in this patch, there are some changes worth talking about. We're also going to discuss how the developers have removed some future pals from the next island. There is some more things that we will be talking about in today's video, so timestamps down below as usual. And with that being said, let's get right into it. Let's begin by taking a look at the latest version for both Steam and Xbox. Right here it says 0.2.3.0. If you're on Xbox, of course, you're not going to receive it just yet. They even mentioned it right here that it will be released as soon as it's ready. If you're wondering why it takes so long, I hate to be repetitive here, but I know some people don't understand how it is. But I will explain it briefly. Pretty much Palworld will send a patch to Microsoft or Xbox. They will then verify it. Once it's been verified, this is when we all are able to download it on Xbox. With that information to the side, we can see right here for balance adjustments, it says the electric egg incubator now has increased hatching speed. Hatches at 1.5 times the normal rate. Alright, in this clip right here, I have a huge egg and then I have a normal size egg. It takes about 1 minute and 40 seconds for a normal egg to hatch, and then for a huge egg, it's going to take you about 20 minutes. Overall, the electric egg incubator is definitely the one that you will want to choose when it comes down to hatching your eggs. Okay, moving along here, right underneath the balance adjustments, we have this right here for optimizations. Optimize the processing load on dedicated servers. Speaking of optimization, if you guys are wondering, is it possible to run dungeons on Xbox? The answer to that is unfortunately no. It still exists. This bug still is one of those issues that you'll encounter regardless. Even if you do download this patch, it's still going to be there no matter what. If you do enter inside the dungeon, you will still see a crash. But we'll get into that information much later on. Apparently it has to do with some memory leaks on Xbox. So yeah, stick around for that. We'll get into that information much later on. But for this right here, this is only for the dedicated servers only. Next up, we are now going to take a look at the bug fixes. Right here it says, you can now pet some pals that could not be pet due to a bug that prevented the pet option from working correctly. This did resolve some of those issues, but there is one pal that does not work, but the two that do work now is going to be Ribbuny and this one right here, which is going to be Bristla. The one that does not work as of right now is going to be Sabellix. As you can tell right here, this large white pal. If you try to pet the pal, you're going to see this weird animation where it's not working correctly, but I'm assuming they're going to resolve that one in the future. I'm sure they just didn't know about it, but yeah, the Ribbuny one and Bristla definitely work now. The second bug that they have fixed can be found right here, and it says, fixed an issue where base pals would sometimes collide with each other on dedicated servers. The third bug that they have resolved is for Xbox only. There apparently was some sort of option issue. Right here it says, Xbox version only fixed an issue where the option to show hide journey and option to change the scale of damage text numbers were not working. Then last but not least, on the last bulletin point here, it says fixed other minor bugs. As always, thank you for supporting Palworld. And this right here is pretty much it when it comes down to the patch notes. I will let you guys know exactly what's working when it comes down to the glitches and exploits. I know that right there it does say, you know, quote, fixed other minor bugs, end quote. I'm not too sure if that's specifically talking about glitches or whatnot, but I will let you know if the Bella Noir glitch and some of those other ones are working at the end of this video. We are now going to discuss some of the future pals that have been removed. Right here we can see that the community manager named Bucky over at the official Palworld Discord had this to say in response to a user who left a YouTube video of several different pals like Dark Mutant, Dragonstrophe, and even the electric flame type mount. I cannot remember it right now, but yeah, pretty much those pals have been removed. This right here, the community manager named Bucky had this to say, some of these will never be in the game. Bucky responded to another user that said, Bucky, you better leave the Dark Mutant. Removed already, smiley face. That right there, the Dark Mutant pal, if you guys do not know what it looks like, it was essentially, I guess, called the Mewtwo or Mew3, or, you know, basically a Mewtwo clone is pretty much what it was called. And I'm guessing they removed it probably due to that backlash, and I don't blame them because why would you want people to, you know, make those comparisons? At least that's what I'm thinking. And you might as well just create a brand new PAL that's way better. And I'm all for it. I mean, for this right here, some of you might hate it that they have removed it, but it is what it is. And yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think about it? Continuing on, some of the Discord members had this to say. For example, one said, dang, one said, aw man, and last but not least, the same exact one that said dang said, well, at least there's still hope for Dragonstrophe, maybe. Bucky replied with, all PALs will soon be irrelevant since the greatest PAL is being added. Okay, right there, that's a bit mysterious, right? The greatest PAL is being added, whatever PAL it is. I will say he definitely got me hooked onto it. I'm interested in what it is. What makes it so great? Is it going to be a lot faster? And by the way, will Jetragon not be the best PAL to use flying type wise? I mean, he even says that this right here, quote, all PALs will soon be irrelevant, end quote. This is quite exciting, but at the same time, I am going to miss some of my older PALs. I'm sure there's going to be some sort of way that we can use our older PALs on the new island, but it's apparently not going to be as great as these newer PALs. So there's something there to look forward to when it comes down to this new island. And now what we're going to do is talk about the memory leaks on Xbox. This right here is a post over on the official Palworld Discord, and this member right here had this to say. Still can't play dungeons in multiplayer though. Day one issue. I couldn't find my last conversation about it, but it's a good read. That rallied the whole Xbox community. Bucky then responds with, the Xbox memory issues are an ongoing problem, and TBH, I wish I could share more info about it, but the journalists have been haunting this chat like crazy recently. I'd rather not discuss it. And right there, as Bucky mentioned, it's due to a memory leak. If you are crashing on Xbox, that is why. And I would imagine that this update right here did not resolve that issue one bit. So you will most likely experience some crashing, and you will probably fall below the map because that's also a problem. Sure, it sucks, but I'm sure they are trying their best to resolve it. I mean, it's a huge problem where a lot of players cannot complete a dungeon. And better yet, they cannot summon Bella Noir, which is just insane. So yeah, I understand it. I understand it sucks. But hopefully this will be resolved before the next big update does arrive, which is going to be the new islands, new PALs, new technology, all that great stuff. And last but not least, let's talk about glitches and exploits. I'm sure some of you are wondering, does the Bella Noir glitch work? And it absolutely does. I would say if you are going to do it, use a larger stool instead of the 2 stools. That way you do not have to stack them. Also, place down a fire pit directly below it, because that way you do not have to remove that structure either. Because prior, what we would do is remove the 2 stools, and then we would place the fire pit below that. So this way we do not have to remove the stools. We just leave it there. That's really it. And as for the rest of the exploits and glitches, I would say check out my previous video. I will leave a link down below in the comments. It will be pinned. That will take you to some of the glitches working after patch. And it's going to be from the prior patch, but I can guarantee you it's going to work. All those glitches should work. I would also imagine that when it comes down to the next larger update with the new islands, I would assume they are going to patch quite a few glitches and exploits, because they did it recently with the Butcher glitch and also the duplication and so many more. Again, you could check out the glitch video because I do go over that as well. With all this being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have, subscribe, turn the notifications on. If you have any questions, comment down below, join the Discord, follow me over on Twitter. And yeah, thank you guys so much, and I will see you all in the next video.